What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Jennifer Rush. And I wanted to thank all the folks who've been following this deep dive, as well as especially Darren, who has provided the goods, if you will, and Daniel, who is always commenting along with Darren, and sometimes Flemish Giant, over on my Patreon, where I've begun to do video reactions from Jennifer. And they mentioned to me that this weekend it's Jennifer's birthday. So I think it was technically yesterday. I'm shooting this very early on Sunday morning. So yes, if I'm remembering what I read correctly, it's yesterday. But either way, this weekend is her birthday. So a very happy birthday, and thank you for all the music to Jennifer. And we're continuing and nearing the end of the 1988 album Passion, and we're up to You Don't Know What You've Got, and then parenthetically, Until It's Gone. I feel like I've heard this phrase as a song title before, but I don't think from Jennifer, and in the moment I can't recall where I may have heard a song by this name, so it's just a phrase that feels very familiar. Now, I guess that could just be in general. It's the idea that, like, you know, once you don't have something anymore, then you realize how much you depended on it, or the qualities that it had. Maybe when you had it, you were dismissive, or at least took it for granted, and then once you aren't able to access it, or enjoy it, or appreciate it anymore, that's when it really hits you like, damn, I wish I had that back. So I feel like it's the kind of concept, of course, that is very easy to interpret through the prism of a romantic relationship, and one that is quite passionate, or rather was quite passionate. So yes, that's given Jennifer's subject matter in a lot of her songs anyway, and given the theme of this album, I feel like this is likely to relate to a relationship, maybe multiple relationships, but certainly one that was more significant than a person, whether it's the narrator or whether she's addressing someone else who failed to appreciate just what they had until it was no more. So that's what I would be thinking. Let's give it a listen and see what I can pick up. This is Jennifer Rush. The tune is You Don't Know What You've Got Until It's Gone, and it's from her 1988 album Passion.
We've traveled down this road. We got a long, long way to go. Yeah. Don't turn your back upon me. So we got something left to show. And I'm talking at you. You can't hear a word I say. Forget the past, 'cause we still got today. A kiss can melt the heart and turn it into fire. But if love's gone away, then just leave me with a little of myself and all the feelings that we felt all along. But love is worth the price of holding on. 'Cause you don't know what you got till it's gone. Hey, just
that was a real hand snap. So first of all, I love her vocal performance, and I love those shout lines that begin like each bar and the way they echo. Like, it was a very attention grabbing mechanism at the beginning of each line around, or like, again, like each vocal lyrical bar in the track. And yeah, love is worth the price of holding on, because you don't know what you've got till it's gone. So the idea that, holding on, and maybe when things are falling apart, it can be painful. Like, is this really worth it? But she's saying it is. She's saying that if you don't, if you let go, if you give up, if you just say, well, this is over and I'm not going to think about it anymore, it's only then that the true impact of the loss will become apparent. And I also enjoyed the notion, and maybe I'm misreading the lines I caught, but she's saying, like, don't close the door. Like, so she's trying to convey this to the other person and saying, you'll regret it. Like, I'm still holding on, you should still hold on, because even if, we don't have what we used to, even if we're in a worse place than we used to before, if you close that door, if you walk away and don't look back, then you'll be hurting. You'll realize what I'm trying to tell you right now. So it sounds like it's actually not a foregone conclusion yet. It's still ongoing, even if it's in a very precarious and maybe terminal state. So yes, she is making the appeal to hold on, and it seems like the sentiment could be on both sides, but she's trying to convey that to the other person. So it's like, we're jumping in the middle, or even in a later stage of this story, but if the narrator has their way, it won't be the final chapter either. I enjoy the sonics. Again, it has a bit of that power ballad feel. I enjoy those little keyboard touches. As I said, there was, a nice little rhythmic percussive groove to it, and what sounded like a little hand snap. And as I said, in particular, I love those echoes at the beginning of each of the lyrical times around, if you will. So yes, another powerful, epic, emotional tune, and one where I think Jennifer's vocals come across as the unique, charismatic voice that it is, or that she has. So yes, I'm very much keen to hear the final two tracks. The next one is Rain Coming Down on Me, which certainly is a very visual image and an implied emotional or atmospheric feeling, so we'll think more about that when we come back to it. But once again, thank you to Darren, and oh my god, I almost forgot to mention the sax. It was a short part of the tune, but just a really well-crafted sax line and performance, of course. So again, people who know my channel, people who know this deep dive will be aware I'm hugely fond of the saxophone, especially when it's used quite effectively, and I think it absolutely was here, even if, again, in terms of the overall duration, it was a pretty small slice of the track. So yes, shout out to the saxophone as well. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you for the next one. Peace.